At the end of the day, I'm doing what feels right for me and chasing down my dream.
So as I mentioned before, I'm a professional hockey goalie playing for the Watertown Wolves in upstate New York in the FPHL, and I am currently living on God's good humor, also known as living at this hockey training facility that I train at least until I leave for New York in 2 weeks. Now this is a true story, more on this later, but this is Derek Bujan. Buj is the goalie coach who's allowed me to live at his facility, and he's ultimately the goalie coach that I've been training with for the past 3 weeks, somebody that I've known for over 3 years now, a good friend, and a guy that I'm ultimately trusting to set me up for success to start the season.
All right, Saturday morning. We were both caffeinated, one of us with the pumpkin spice variety. I did mess up, and I'm probably chalked up for a $20 fine. I did not tell our shooter to come this morning.
Not only did you not tell him, you also made me sit there for an extra hour because you told me the shooter was coming out of left. So you screwed me twice.
This morning we are focused on saves off the pass. You can't see it here, but Buj is actually making a pass off the passer machine since I forgot to tell our shooter to come this morning. Which, again, my apologies, Derek. And this is our session.
So I spent 2 years playing professional hockey in Sweden, and in those 2 years, everything from the food, the people, the culture, the life, everything was life-changing. I mean, even from time to time now, I still get dreams thinking about Swedish meatballs and lingonberry sauce because it's just that good. And since then, I've had a lot of time to reflect on what I want to do with my career, what I want to do with my life. I am playing for the Watertown Wolves this season. That is my focus. That is my commitment. And I'm going to have to play probably 2, 3, maybe even 4 more years in North America to really establish myself the way I want to, whether it be Sweden or Norway. Those will definitely be at the top of the list because I know how awesome they can be. Germany, France, Italy, any of those places. Everything is on the table at this point in time. I think also, too, looking at Canada and the U.S. post-2020 scamdemic, it is very scary where the Western world is going, and I think going back to Scandinavia is definitely a better option. Like when I started playing hockey at 4 years old, this is what I wanted to do, was to play hockey for the rest of my life. When I became a goalie at 10 years old, this is all I've dreamt of doing. I have guys like Pascal Villana, Derek Bujan, Jack Hardigan who are in my court, on my team, and helping me with getting better and becoming the best that I can be. And I couldn't be more thankful for it. It starts with this season, playing games, proving that I can play, proving a lot of people wrong, and doing what I know I can, because when I am healthy and when I'm on my game, especially at 6'5", I'm an elite level goalie. Training camp starts in 3 weeks. I report to Watertown in 1 week from today, and I could not be more excited to start this season, simply put.
Now this is Rob. Rob has been a personal friend of mine for almost a decade, which to be honest is kind of weird to say out loud. It's been that long, but he used to play in the AHL for the Toronto Marlies and the East Coast Hockey League for a couple seasons, but now he's the owner of a company called Buttendz, which are grips for the shaft of your stick, which I've been using for almost a decade now as well. And he came to see me in Motor City back in November to make sure that my team and myself were taken care of. And he even came to Halifax to shoot on me for a week with Jack Hardigan back in July, where we would ultimately ride a sleeper train from Halifax to Toronto, which of all the travel experiences I've had, this was definitely one of them. Now, I don't know why he wears his motorcycle helmet on the ice, which is kind of his thing, but what I do know is that today he came down to Hamilton to join Petro and I for a goalie session.
That is a once upon a time American League defenseman and one of the all-time game played in the Fedzino, captain of the Columbus River Dragons right there.
I know the stat may seem a little bit high to believe, but in pro hockey, 80% of all goals are scored off of a pass, so my focus here is readjusting to the following, whether it's a pass or a puck movement. And even though Rob retired almost a decade ago and Petro was going to be going into his final season and retiring after this year, these guys can absolutely shoot, and they absolutely challenge me to be better, as do most of the shooters that I face these days. And this is what our session looked like.
This is it. This is the equipment I'm going to use for training camp. Custom pads should be in Watertown sometime next week. Really excited for the new mask. That's going to be exciting. This also being the old one that I had my first year in Sweden. One of the G6 line. I will have a brand new set of gear that is unreleased. You haven't seen it yet, but keep in mind, We are a Warrior sponsor league. This is going to be my practice glove for the season. I have a custom one with the following graphic, except Bauer is being Bauer. I don't think the glove's going to come into like Halloween, so hopefully it does come soon. Worst case, I'll just magic erase this one. It'll be my game glove to start. I know I also have some new custom sticks coming. I don't remember exactly what the team ordered, but at the end of the day, like, I'm human. I get excited for new gear just as much as anybody else does, because that's why we're goalies. We love the gear. I just can't tell you how excited and how happy I am for all of it. Another thing that I learned when playing in Sweden and in Europe was just my love for travel. Pre the scamdemic in 2020, I was never really open-minded to all that kind of stuff, but going to Sweden, going to Norway, going to Stockholm, Gothenburg, all these awesome places really opened up my mind. I spent last night in downtown Toronto. I figured first thing this morning, come do a little bit of train spotting, check out Union Station, playing in Europe, playing in Sweden. Really got my passion for travel ignited, and look forward to doing more of it later on in my career.
Now, I alluded to him before, but this is Derek Bujan. He is a professional goalie coach here at Bujan Goaltending, and he's the guy who allowed me to live at his rink. And ultimately, he has helped me to prepare for the biggest season of hockey in my life. Now, the next 3 days, we worked a lot on my movement. In the National Hockey League, goalies average a 97% save percentage on direct shots, but only 62 on shots coming off a pass or puck movement, so that is our focus. When I get set on angle and a good read, nobody beats me. But when the puck starts moving, like every goalie out there, it does become a problem. So we're trying to get to that point, set before the puck movement finishes, and then you factor in traffic and net front presence. This is an absolute challenge, but we're working on it, and it's exactly what we're here for. So the following morning was all about sealing the ice. Now, I don't really talk about it much these days, and forgive me if I've never told you this before, but I had hip surgery back in January, and we are trying to maximize my new flare and every inch, matter of fact, every millimeter that I have in reach from it, both on and off the ice. Sealing the ice, extending on the pucks, and especially in my reverse integrations. This was today's focus.
Best defenseman league right here too.
I'm not even a defenseman. So Travis Ridgen had to come in for Trevor Babin and take his spot. And now we got a couple more guys that decided they're going to go down in the corner. That one's going to go right to the push way to do it.
And now a word from today's video sponsor, Manscaped.com. The new Manscaped Beard Hedger is the premium beard sculpting machine with enough power and precision to craft your style in a single swipe. The kit comes with a styling cream, beard conditioner and shampoo, a little scrubby here for getting all the junk out of your beard, and the main attraction, the hedger itself. It's got 20 different lengths that are controlled by this little zoom wheel that you click back and forth, as you see here. It also carries a 60-minute battery life on a single charge, all encased in its waterproof design. And you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code TRAVSUCKS at manscaped.com. That is 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com when you use the code TRAVSUCKS at checkout. It is time to feel sexy and free this 2023.
Last skate. Bujan.
Now, this morning was my last skate with Buj before heading off to London. Now, we spent the last 3 weeks working on everything from my hands to traffic and tight to reverse integrations. And Derek Bujan is not only a world-class goalie coach, in my opinion, but a world-class friend. And if you missed the episode of my podcast, Sling the Biscuit from 2 weeks ago, where I explained how he literally saved my upcoming season in my career with a sacrifice that he made for me with my very interesting situation in Vancouver, you should definitely check it out. I'll put a link in the video description. But as far as right here and right now goes, I don't have words strong enough to thank him for our friendship, for his professionalism, for his expertise, and just being an incredible man and a role model in my life. This was our last skate. So that's it. I want to say thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button for more vlogs like this as I document my journey through professional hockey this season. If you want to see those right when they come out every single Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video and ultimately for a game in person this season in Watertown, New York, or maybe in Europe in a couple years. I'll see you then.